Hi guys, David O'Sullivan here and welcome to the first in my 3-part vlog series here. Now I'm at the London Film Festival and I'm basically doing this 3-part series of vlogs just documenting my time here at the festival, giving my brief thoughts on the films that I've seen, and yeah, just keeping you up to date on everything that's going on, everything that I've been seeing and what I've been making of the festival. And I've just come back from my first day at the festival here and I saw 2 films today, so let's just get this show on the road. Kicking off my time here at the festival, the first film I saw today was Breathe, Andy Serkis's directorial debut, starring Andrew Garfield and Claire Foy, and I was really looking forward to seeing this film, namely because I'm just a really big fan of Andy Serkis and I couldn't wait to see his actual directorial debut. I don't think this was actually the first film he directed. I think he did Jungle Book before this, but obviously Jungle Book ended up getting pushed back, so this actually ended up becoming his directorial debut. But as soon as I saw the trailer and heard what the film was about, and about this story that I'd never heard of, this remarkable true story about this guy, and who was disabled, he was paralysed from polio, and just the pioneering work that him and his wife and their family and friends did. And I had no idea about this true story, but I went to see the movie and I got to say I was really happy with the movie. Now it didn't blow my socks off. I wasn't like, oh my god, most amazing film ever, but as far as it doing what I wanted it to, it really delivered. And what really pushed this film over the edge for me, for being just alright, okay, to being actually really great, was it was so emotional. And I do get emotional a lot, but this film really hit me, and it wasn't sappy, sentimental. It felt real. The performances were so just genuine and sincere and honest and powerful. Andrew Garfield and Claire Foy were both terrific, particularly Andrew Garfield. I don't know how he did some of the scenes where he's supposed to look like he's not breathing. I just don't know how he did it, but he was great. Claire Foy was also great. Yeah, just a really remarkable true story that I didn't really know about. Really enlightening, really inspiring, really moved me. As I said, there were so many times in this film where it just really hit me and I was at the breaking point of tears several times throughout the film, but particularly toward the end of the movie there's a particular scene with Robin and his son, and that scene just, oh my god, it really hit me. I was really fighting to hold back the tears. I was really at the point of just breaking down. I almost thought I might actually have to leave the room here because I was just going to break down in tears. But yeah, it was just a really great film, really well shot as well. Like, I really love what Andy Serkis did with this movie from a directorial standpoint, because I was worried, a little bit concerned maybe going in, like, will it be a little bit iffy because this is his first time directing? But no, he really impressed me. You can just tell watching this film that it's directed by a guy who's just really passionate and has a real great deep love for film and just cinema in general. You could really feel that coming through. And what I really liked about this film was that it was like an ode and a love letter to just cinema, and it almost felt like an epic kind of sweeping romance from the 50s. It reminded me a lot of The United Kingdom, actually, that came out last year, which was also the film that opened last year's festival, funny enough. Like this period sweeping romantic drama, but then this film has a kind of almost like a theory of everything kind of thing, where the husband, is disabled and he's paralysed. What emotion I knew of was like an epic sweeping romance from the 50s. It very much felt like a throwback to kind of classic, good old-fashioned, cinematic storytelling, and I really enjoyed the movie. Like I said, not one of the best films I've seen, like, that didn't blow me away or anything, but it really delivered. I really enjoyed the film, and yeah, I definitely recommend seeing it. It comes out later this year in the UK, end of October, I believe. I'm not sure when it comes out in the US, but it's coming out very soon, and I definitely recommend seeing it. I thought it was really good. So yeah, there we go. Brief. And the second film I saw today, back to back with Breathe, was Brigsby Bear, and this is a film I didn't really know anything about. I purposely stayed away from just all the promotional material and the trailers because I didn't really want to know too much. I had the feeling that it would be the kind of film that would be great to just go in cold, not knowing really anything about. I knew it was about a guy in a bear suit, but that was kind of about it. I don't think I'd even seen the trailer. I mean, maybe I'd seen some early teaser, but I don't think so. I can't remember anyway. But this film, yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised with this film. Now, it wasn't a film that I absolutely loved. It was absolutely amazing, but I really liked what this film was all about. Because, like I said, I really didn't have any clue what the film was going to be about. And I'm hesitant to kind of talk too deeply about it because I don't really want to spoil anything. And I haven't seen the trailer, so I don't really know what the trailer reveals and what I should really reveal and what is a spoiler, what isn't a spoiler. So I won't go too deep into the plot and talk about what the film is about, really. But overall, it was just a really great kind of just funny and uplifting kind of comedy drama. It wasn't as just wacky and zany and silly as I thought it might be. It was actually, a really great comedy drama. It was very funny, but it was understated in its humour. It wasn't really wacky and zany over the top. It was funny, but in a very real way, because it was, a lot of the time it's dealing with very kind of sad, dark subject matter, but it's done in a very humorous, light-hearted, kind of life-affirming, uplifting kind of way. And I really like films like that. And this is going to sound odd, but it kind of most reminded me of Elf and Room, like Will Ferrell's Elf and then Room with Brie Larson. It kind of reminded me of those two just mashed together. It sounds really weird and really odd, but I really like this movie. I think it really worked. Like I said, I wasn't absolutely in love with it. I feel like it did drag a bit, it did feel a lot longer than it actually was. It's only just over an hour and a half, but, and I think that was the right length, but it did feel longer. But that being said, I really enjoyed myself and I thought it was a really good movie. I definitely recommend seeing it if you haven't seen it already. Mark Hamill actually makes a surprise appearance in the movie. I knew he was going to be in the film. I wasn't really sure what capacity he was going to be in the movie, but I really liked him in the film. And the main guy who, I'm not sure what his name is. Is it Kyle Mooney? I might be, but the central performance there from the lead actor was so great. It almost reminded me of like Will Ferrell from Elf in a weird kind of way. I mean, not as wacky and over the top as that. It was a little bit more kind of understated, but just in terms of like just the childlike naivety and innocence of his character, where he's thrust into this world where he doesn't really know what's going on, and just in terms of like him exploring this world and interacting with people, and the comedy very much coming from that. And I really like this movie, and I feel like it's going to be the kind of movie that the more I think about it, the more it's going to grow on me, and the more I'm going to like it, and the more I'm going to appreciate it. I really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend seeing Brigsby Bear if you haven't already. It might already be out in the US. It might have already come out in a limited release. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not too sure when it actually comes out in the UK. But I definitely recommend seeing it when it does come out if you like these kind of quirky comedy dramas, but it also had a very kind of touching feel-good factor element to it, in that it was about, really, at the end of the day, the way I saw the movie was that it was about the power of movies and television, and just how it can bring out the best in people, and it can bring out the best in all of us, and it can bring us together. And that's what I really liked about this film. It was showing that we can love people despite of their differences, and we can come together, and we can and I think that was a really great message, and I really liked how that was put across. So yeah, I really enjoyed Brigsby Bear. So there we go, that wraps up my first day here at the film festival. I saw Breathe and Brigsby Bear. I've just got back from my second day at the London Film Festival, and today I just saw one film, and it's the last film I'm going to be talking about in this video, and it was Stronger, directed by David Gordon Green, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Tatiana Maslany. And I was really looking forward to seeing this movie because I saw the trailer. It looked like a really great, inspirational, true story drama film, and it absolutely was. This movie is everything you'd expect. It was powerful, it was emotional, it was intense, it was dramatic. What I really liked about this film was that it wasn't really overly theatrical, it wasn't all over the top, because there's a danger with these kind of inspirational, true story films that sometimes they can go a bit over the top. top, and they're a bit too flamboyant and overly dramatic. But this, it felt more understated. It felt very real, and that's what I like about it, because even though you recognise these actors in the movie, they all did incredible jobs in the roles that they were playing, and also it just felt so real. You had these really kind of real, raw performances from the cast, with Jake Gyllenhaal and Tatiana Maslany. I thought were really great, both real standouts in the film. And yeah, I just like the fact that even though it was very powerful and very moving, very inspirational, it also felt very real and grounded and down to earth. It didn't feel like I was watching, these actors, performing for the camera. It felt like I was watching real people, and there was at times I had to remind myself, oh yeah, these are actually actors I'm watching here. It's not actually real people, because it was just so well done. And yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. It was very emotional, as you'd expect. It really hit me. There's a particular moment towards the end of the film where Jake Gyllenhaal's character is talking to someone. They're having a sit down. They're talking to each other, and that really hit me. I was like really fighting to hold back the tears. And of course, one of the best things about this film are the performances. Both Jake Gyllenhaal and Tatiana Maslany, who plays the girlfriend of Jeff Bowman. And what I really liked about Tatiana Maslany's character is that even though she's playing the love interest, the girlfriend, she was still like a really well written character and a really big part to play in the story. And I really like that, because a lot of the time with these big inspirational true story films, the girlfriend character, the love interest character, is kind of just that, and they're not very well written. They're kind of a little bit underwritten. They don't really get a lot to do. But Tatiana Maslany's character in this film, she was a really well written, fully fleshed out, developed character, and she got a lot of screen time. She's almost like a co-lead with Jake Gyllenhaal, really. It's not just the Jake Gyllenhaal show. She was also really great in the movie, and yeah, they're both really great together. And that's another thing that I think made this movie so great, because although I love a movie like Nightcrawler, that's a lot more of a character study, a lot more of a kind of a one-man show. It's like the Jake Gyllenhaal show. But this, both Jake Gyllenhaal and Tatiana Maslany had kind of equally big roles to play in the story, and I really liked that. And it was really great seeing them and their relationship and how they were coping with getting through this and struggling to deal with all this and get through it. So yeah, bringing this to an end now, I really liked this movie. It was really great, a really kind of powerful, inspirational, true story, very emotional as well. And really, I think the best way to sum this film up is that it was a real testament to the strength of the human spirit, and how if we put our minds to it, we can accomplish anything and we can overcome anything. I mean, we won't let evil defeat us and knock us down and keep us down. We'll rise back up and we'll fight back, and we won't let them win. And I think that was a really powerful, emotional, inspirational message that was put across, and I think it really works. So there we go, Stronger. I'm looking forward to my rest of the time here at the festival. I'm going to be spending the next week or so here at the London Film Festival. I'm going to be seeing a total of like 9 or 10 films, I believe, and I'm going to do these 3 vlogs spread across my week here at the festival, talking about the films that I see. So there we go. That's my first day here at the festival, and I'll see you next time.